Hi there. In this section, you are going to learn what a vector is, you are going to learn about the position vector, and you will also learn how to find the direction cosine of any given vector. So let's begin. Defining a vector. A physical quantity that has both magnitude as well as direction is called a vector. In order to understand this, what I would like to do, I would like to draw a vector first, and then I would like to explain each and every term related to the vector. So this is my line. As you can see, this point here is A, and that point is known as the starting point of the vector, and this point here is B, and that point is known as the terminal point of the vector. As you can see, I have a vector AB with starting point as A and terminal point as B. So basically this is the starting point and this is the end point of the vector. I can also use any other alphabet to represent this kind of vector. So just to give you an example, I'm using P. So technically P is my vector that represents the vector AB. Not necessarily you have to do that, but I just wanted to make you familiar with the concept of like how to use a single alphabet to represent a vector. So now the question is, what are the symbols that we use to represent a vector? So if I want to represent a vector AB, I will write AB with the arrow at the top of AB. But if I'm choosing an alphabet P or any other alphabet to represent a vector, then I will write the vector as P with an arrow. So technically you can use any of these symbols to represent the vector. Now how do I know what is the value of the vector? So the magnitude of the vector is simply the value of the vector, so like how long the vector is, and if we find the absolute value of AV, then that will be our magnitude of that vector. So technically you are considering the positive value for the length or the magnitude of the vector. So if you are representing the vector by using any alphabet, then you will represent the magnitude as absolute value of that alphabet. Again, magnitude of any vector is simply the length of the vector. Now there is one more thing that we need to consider in order to define a vector, is the direction. So if I want to find the direction of this vector, I can say the vector starts at point A and end at point B, so the direction of the vector is from A to B. So if you look at the statement of the vector, it says we need both magnitude as well as direction, and as you can see we have everything over here that we need to know in order to define a vector, such as symbol, magnitude, and direction.